Most of my childhood where I grew up at was Fort Sheridan, Illinois, a small military base there, outside of Highland Park, Illinois. So I always tell people, if you see that movie, Risky Business, there's a scene where the Porsche comes out of the Porsche dealer. That same Porsche dealer is right down from my high school. The houses that you see that they're living in, those are the type of children that I grew up with. I spent a night with one of my friends, and he was telling me, he was explaining, yeah, my dad, he got me some stocks, and I have like $3,000 in my savings account. And I'm like, what are you talking about right now? I'm just a young military brat. I didn't have a savings account, let alone stocks, I was never really set into a group of certain friends. I didn't really have like one niche that I hung out with. In high school, I remember this young gentleman. His name was Keith. He has, cerebral palsy. It seemed like every day he was always hanging out at lunch. He always had, like the typical jock guys that want to pick on people. So one day, I'm walking up and I see them bothering Keith. I commenced to, grabbing him by his clothes and put him against the wall, like, hey, Keith is a person. I say, he is normal, it's just not your normal, right? And so I guess after that day, he didn't pick on Keith anymore. I don't know, sometimes I think I'm like a protector for those that really can't, say protect themselves, but I stand up for people. After high school, I joined the military. I spent about 12 years in the 82nd Airborne Division, jumping out of planes. I have 65 total jumps. I was a jump master. I got to Fort Bragg in 1985, and so from every event that happened almost in the world during that time, I had some involvement in it. I became a truck driver in 2016. I thought maybe that would be a good transition job. I didn't know anything about trucking. Just starting out, unsure of myself. I tell all the top gun students, look, I said, I didn't know what I know now, but I just put the work in. I practiced and I practiced. When I first started trucking, when I would see these professional drivers step out the truck, there's a large percentage of truck drivers that are overweight. And the reason being because as truck drivers, we're sitting sedentary up to just say 10 and a half hours a day. And then we're eating all the stuff that's in the truck stop. What do they have? Taco Bell, they have Burger King, McDonald's, which I love. When I was in the truck, I would exercise too because I had my portable weight bench. I had my TRX in there. I had my mat to do push-ups and sit-ups. I was like maintaining my weight because I was exercising. I would leave home weighing 205, and then I would come back weighing 205. Now, like I said, I'm not a nutritionist, but I do know that if your body is not moving, there's a signal in your brain to tell you not to burn any energy. And also, exercise is a discipline. You have to discipline yourself to do it, and exercise is hard. So yes, I have my struggles too, but still. Then I got into a routine, and now when I wake up at 2:30 in the morning, I'm moving directly to where I need to go. Like I said, what motivates me every day to come to work is not only my co-workers, but my family. And if I say, one thing, my 4 grandchildren, I made a commitment to do a marathon a year for all those little 4 grandchildren until they turn 18. To be able to set the example for them to leave, maybe when I'm, if I pass away, just to leave something for them to say, hey, this is what Granddad was doing. He never gave up. He never made excuses. Hopefully that might motivate them, put their name on it, all that stuff. And I would leave the bib number, the shirt, the outfit I wore, for each one of them for all the marathons I did. Now that I'm in the office, now I get a chance to see the other side of the business, or how the driver managers, the terminal managers, the account managers, the planners, all those, and see what they're doing out there. It wasn't much of a transition. Training, like I said, training's training. I trained 20 drivers with the Reefer Division. Now I get to sit in a classroom and train 4 drivers. In the Phoenix terminal here, I can pretty much name everybody in the terminal. Let's try that for a second. You got let's start with the driver appreciation crew. You got Miss Linda, right? You have Miss Jamina, you have Miss Michelle. You got Thomas, you got Adam, you got Cole. You got Taylor, Josh, Miss Blanca, Miss Crystal. Then you got Jason, David, then you got Brooke that comes out in Austin. I don't know if you say, you want to call me a social butterfly, If anybody asks Lovie to do anything, I will not hesitate. I'll figure it out. You need me to do something, ask me, I'll do it. I have the privilege of working here at Night Transportation and in Top Gun developing young drivers to be better, to be safer. At the same time, I get to be myself. Now you see me, you know, everybody sees me, the Top Gun parade, just me yell through the tunnel, Top Gun all the way, you know. I do that a lot of times a day. Top Gun all the way, Top Gun all the way, Top Gun all the way. And that's just me being me. This is not an act, you know. You should see me at home, you go, oh no, Lovie's not acting. Trucking is a challenging industry. But what I see is that Nike does it better than a lot of other companies. They have systems in place to make the drivers feel secure, you know, make the drivers feel that they're taken care of. And nobody can tell me that the grass is greener on the other side. Because when I look over on this side, the grass is pretty damn green.